my kind and inquisitive Virgo friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Virgo, there's a familiar tension humming beneath your surface as the week begins. You sense the way expectations nudge at your every step, urging you to keep everything in order, to anticipate, to be prepared. Yet underneath the deliberate organization and careful thought, there's a quiet ache, a restlessness you rarely let show. You might recognize it as a hunger for movement, for something that breaks the repetition and lets you breathe more deeply. There's a subtle discomfort between the life you've shaped through careful choices and a longing you can't quite name. It's not dissatisfaction exactly, more like a gentle but persistent urge, a sense that something meaningful is waiting just beyond the edges of your current routine. You notice this most when you pause, maybe in the hush of early morning or the quiet moments before sleep, when your mind drifts to possibilities you haven't yet allowed yourself to explore. This week, that feeling is louder. It calls for attention, and you feel its pull in the spaces between tasks, in the questions that linger at the end of each day. The Knight of Wands reflects this inner landscape with remarkable clarity. You find yourself caught in a current of anticipation, momentum gathering beneath your calm exterior. There's a sense of urgency in your heart, a desire to act boldly or to chase an idea that's been quietly simmering. You may notice yourself growing impatient with routines that once soothed you. Even the things you love can start to feel confining, as if the walls have drawn a little closer. You're not reckless, that's never been your way, but you feel a quickening, a readiness to leap or to test your boundaries. The energy inside you is lively, almost electric, and it colors your thoughts with flashes of what could be, projects you might start, places you might go, changes you might make. This week, the usual Virgo caution softens at the edges. You're less interested in second-guessing and more drawn to the thrill of exploring something new. At times, this can feel exhilarating, but it can also bring a subtle anxiety. You wonder if you're missing something important, or if your restlessness is a sign that you haven't been listening closely enough to yourself. Underneath the outward composure, there's a yearning to move, to express, to try. You might catch yourself daydreaming, imagining scenarios where you let go of old fears or let yourself be seen in a new light. It's a vulnerable place, but it's also where your spirit feels most alive. The urge isn't just to escape, but to discover, a difference that brings a quiet courage even as you weigh what's at risk. You're aware that this energy can't be contained or ignored for long. It's not about abandoning what matters to you, but about honoring the spark that keeps you evolving. In your heart, you know you're ready to meet this feeling, even if you're not sure where it will lead. This inner restlessness does not exist in a vacuum. It inevitably shapes what unfolds around you. The more you feel the urge to move, the more you notice the places in your life that feel stagnant or unfulfilling. Opportunities and challenges arise as a direct response to this inner climate. You sense that the familiar paths are losing their comfort, and the unknown begins to look less intimidating. The press of daily life starts to feel like friction, chafing against your need for something more. The choices you face become colored by your desire for growth and change, and you realize that the only way forward is to acknowledge what you're feeling, even if it means letting go of what once felt essential. The 8 of Cups marks the terrain of your path this week, and its presence is unmistakable. There's a growing sense that something you've invested deeply in, whether a project, a relationship, or even a version of yourself, has run its course. You're not walking away in haste, but rather responding to a quiet clarity that is impossible to ignore. This clarity brings with it a certain heaviness, the weight of recognizing that what once nourished you no longer does. The world around you may not understand this shift. Friends or colleagues might see your change in focus as sudden, but to you it feels inevitable. There's a subtle pressure in the air, an awareness that staying put would mean denying an important truth. You feel the momentum building, a gentle but persistent push to leave behind what is comfortable in search of what is real. This doesn't mean turning your back on responsibilities or abandoning your values. Instead, it's about responding to an inner call that grows stronger with each passing day. The friction you feel isn't just external, it's the tension between the life you've built and the one that's waiting for you. This week, events might unfold that highlight what you need to release. Maybe it's a conversation that leaves you unsatisfied or a task that no longer brings joy. Each moment of discomfort serves as a marker, guiding you toward the next step, even if that step feels uncertain. The path ahead is not without its challenges, but the pull to move forward is stronger than the urge to remain. You sense that something important is at stake, not just for your happiness, but for your integrity. The journey takes courage, and you feel both the loss and the promise it brings. There's an honesty in your movements now, a willingness to trust your instincts as you navigate away from what's familiar. The world may keep spinning, but you know that something within you has shifted. You are in motion, even if only in thought and intention for now. It's clear that what becomes possible from here is not automatic. The road ahead doesn't offer itself up just because you're feeling brave or restless. Your potential is shaped by the way you meet this moment, by how honestly you acknowledge your needs, and by how gently you let go of what no longer serves you. Growth is a process, not a guarantee. It depends not only on your willingness to step forward, but also on the care you bring to each choice along the way. The invitation is to remain present, to allow discomfort to teach you, and to trust that your own clarity is enough to guide you through the uncertainty. What waits for you depends on the depth of your engagement and the sincerity with which you honor your own transformation. At the horizon of this week's journey stands the Nine of Cups, a card that speaks quietly like a friend who knows your heart. The invitation here is toward genuine contentment, the kind that arises not from chasing perfection, but from embracing what is true for you. You may find that what you seek is not so much a new adventure, but a sense of satisfaction that comes from aligning your choices with your deepest values. There's a gentle pleasure in letting yourself want what you truly want without apology or pretense. The growth available to you now is rooted in self-acceptance, in the willingness to claim joy as your birthright, even if it looks different from what others expect. You're not being asked to prove yourself or to earn happiness through sacrifice. Instead, the path opens up as you honor your own desires, as you allow yourself to be seen and nourished by what matters most. The sense of fulfillment that emerges is quiet, steady, and deeply real. It's the feeling of coming home to yourself after a long absence, of realizing that you are enough as you are. This week, your potential is not about grand gestures or dramatic shifts, but about the subtle, powerful act of letting your inner truth lead the way. Even small acts of courage, speaking honestly, choosing what feels right, letting yourself enjoy the moment, can transform your experience from within. There is no need for perfection or certainty. The real gift lies in your willingness to be present, to receive joy, and to trust that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should, at your own gentle pace. As the days unfold, you'll notice how these three currents weave through your experience: the restless spark, the decision to step away from what's been outgrown, and the quiet arrival of contentment that follows. The Knight of Wands reminds you of your capacity for boldness, the willingness to feel deeply and act with intention. The Eight of Cups honors your bravery in letting go, in trusting that walking away can be an act of devotion to yourself. And the Nine of Cups welcomes you back to center, inviting you to savor the sweetness that comes from living honestly. This week, you might feel the push and pull of uncertainty, the ache of leaving behind, and the hope that blooms as you move toward something more authentic. Through it all, you're not alone. Each step is a testament to your resilience, your discernment, and your capacity for joy. The discomfort you feel is not a sign of failure, but a signal that you are growing. The choices you make now are the seeds of future contentment, planted in the rich soil of self-trust. No matter how the week unfolds, you can rest in the knowledge that you are meeting your life with courage and care. The path may be winding, but it leads you ever closer to the heart of what matters most. Let that bring you a sense of peace as you move through the days ahead. Actionable insights for Virgo this week. Let yourself notice when restlessness arises and allow it to guide small changes in your routine. Spend a few quiet moments reflecting on what no longer feels nourishing without judging yourself. Try enjoying something simple that brings you comfort, even if only for a moment. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I honor what I feel, even when it's uncertain. I let go of what weighs me down. I welcome shifts that bring me closer to myself. I trust the quiet joy that finds me now. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.